playing in Wrigley, such a unique ballpark, and the history there. The Cubs fans are crazy and they love baseball. So, being on that mound there in Wrigley Field is something that's pretty special.
Brown goes again, caught strike three, Cubs win.
I'm Neil Ramirez. I play for the Chicago Cubs.
Neil came to us a few years ago. He had started to talk with a couple of our clients who were friends of his. He was dealing with some shoulder issues, was frustrated, I think, at the time because he was an extremely talented player. We didn't make Neil Ramirez. He was a first-round draft pick, threw a ball 97 miles an hour, and was in AAA at 21 years old. Neil just was searching for some things and some answers, and it wasn't out of lack of effort. It wasn't out of character traits or laziness. He had the right mindset. You don't know what you don't know. That's why we took Neil on as a client.
Neil was teammates with some of our clients, and ultimately Neil reached out to us. I think he saw the relationship that we had in the other clients we represented, Matt Cada, Robbie Ross, Justin Grimm. We've had several players that he's had relationships with in the past. And I think he inherently saw, number one, the thing that I would say the common fabric amongst all of those players I mentioned, as well as our other clients, is that they're tremendous people, very high quality people, not just high quality players. And I think Neil was seeking to have a little more of a hands-on approach from his agency or his team of people that were helping to influence his career.
First and foremost, just getting me back on the field healthy, with the stuff we're doing here in Nashville was obviously of utmost importance, because if I'm not on the field, then there really is no baseball. So just coming here to Nashville, I think, was awesome and was a huge turnaround for me, because it was able to get me back and healthy. And that's what they do. They develop players to try to get the most out of them. And I think that's what's different, with them and other guys, is that that's their foremost priority, is to develop players. And I think that kind of gets lost sometimes in the agency business.
It was just helping him to know that I am getting the answers I need. I am doing everything capable, in my capacity to get this injury taken care of. And then once it started to feel better, knowing that he was on a path to recovery where he was going to go out and perform.
Well, just being able to call him up and talk to him, about the game and just about life in general. That's that friendship aspect and the family type atmosphere that makes their agency so special. I mean, I consider these guys two of my best friends. They were at my wedding, and I can call them up anytime and just talk to them about anything. But when it comes to, the field and play, Hunter was a former player, and you can really talk to him about the game. And then Dustin's gonna, he's gonna fight for you, on the field and off the field, So having that with those guys is huge, and that's just a big time support. They have your back, and they just bring everything that you need as a player to the table.
First and foremost, again, it comes back to people. We all have allowed our clients to have a process in place that a lot of times you will see players that are focused on one facet of their development, not all facets. And here with what we do, it is a truly holistic development system, and the reward and the environment that's created from that is showing, I think, in just how successful our players are going out and becoming.
Well, I think what makes it so unique is these awesome guys that are here, and it's almost unfair that we have all these great minds together. Hunter's in there working out with us, Dustin's here pushing us. It's just an awesome, environment. And then, we get all the guys in there together, and it kind of adds that extra element of guys, pushing each other. And you don't ever want to finish last or be the guy that throws the slowest on velocity days. I mean, everybody wants to be the guy, and I think that atmosphere alone is what makes this pretty special.
Our job is to help them reach their goal, to be one of the best people in the world at what they do. That's what our goal is. That's what our job is.
I have a lot of confidence now, and it's not something that's overdone, it's not bordering on cocky, but I believe in my ability to go out there and get the job done. And I think Hunter and Dustin have played a huge part in allowing me to get back to that.
Swing and a miss, strike three.
Grim, part of this bullpen mix that has been so good of late. Overall for the year, 4.01 ERA, but it's been trending downward for a good while now.
Well, I think for one of the biggest challenges for me being a Major League Baseball player is just kind of living up to the hype. You know, you get caught up and, you know, there's more fans and there's a bigger stage, there's more online. And, you know, I really had to learn that it was still the same game. And I still could just be myself and do what I'm best at and still get big league hitters out. My name's Justin Grimm. I'm a right-handed pitcher with the Chicago Cubs.
So Justin was the type of kid from a mindset perspective that when it was 20 degrees out and he didn't have a place to throw, that he would hang a rug in his garage so he could get his throwing in that day. And that's why I think at the end of the day he's made it. Even going through some ups and downs, he's never wavered in his work. He's never wavered in ultimately what his desire was. And so when we look for players, it's with those personality traits in mind. Do they have a certain toughness, a certain competitiveness, a certain grinder mentality that they're willing to work when it's not comfortable? They're willing to get up and do when maybe the odds are stacked against them.
So we watched him become a man. You know, when we first started advising him, he was a teenager, and now obviously he's a grown man that is having a lot of success, and he's a tremendous person. I think by nature, Justin is a little bit happy-go-lucky, if not a lot happy-go-lucky, and that can be mistaken sometimes for someone who doesn't care as much, and that's not true with him. He cares a tremendous amount. He comes here in the off season and trains. Justin has always been an extremely hard worker.
I met Hunter and Dustin when I was in high school, and you know they've just been great ever since. I don't think that I would be to this point in my career without them. My main goal as a big league pitcher is to play 10 years or more. You know, that's when you know you've really made it in this game, and it's just, you know, it's so hard. You know, you got to make adjustments every day. You know, guys are always changing and, you know, doing their thing. It's just, you know, the thing with me that I want to get out of the game is just that, you know, I'm not only a good baseball player, I'm a great person too. You know, I like to help other people and cut up and make people laugh.
Justin needed, in our opinion, people that were willing to care about his future above themselves. You know, because I think Justin comes from a culture like he was going to trust in who surrounded him. And just people that were willing to tell him not always what he wanted to hear, but maybe what he needed to hear. And I think hopefully that's what when we create a relationship with someone, I think that always should be the goal.
You know, that's what I love about Hunter and Dustin. Help us all the time and really learn, and it's just been awesome. And you know, like I said, Hunter and Dustin, they interact with us all the time, and the biggest thing with them too is they don't only care about you as a player, they care about you as a person as well.
And for Justin, you know, it's really been we've seen him since he was a junior in high school to now being a major league player, and watching that unfold, and ultimately watching a player get the advice and tools that they needed so that they could reach their potential and achieve their dream.
I don't want to be a guy that's you know, forgotten in the game. You know, I want to be great, and you know that just motivates me to be the best I can. And you know, I think Hunter and Dustin, honestly, they really keep me on track of that.
Our success in a very competitive industry is reflective of there being a difference in how things are done.
I would 100% absolutely recommend the Bledsoe agency to anybody. They've been awesome for me in my career. They've helped me make the best decisions for my career. And they're not only in the business of, getting you drafted and, making, quick money. They're in the business of developing you and what's best for your career so you can go on to play 10 years in the big leagues. And they don't only care about you as a player, they care about you as a person.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else as far as who my agents are. And I've gotten to know them really well here over the last couple of years. And like I said, for me, it's more than them just being my agents. They're my friends, and I think that's something that's unique with them as compared to a lot of agencies. I think, some agencies are so big that they just have, a ton of guys, and you don't really ever get to know the actual agent and really put a name with a face. It's kind of just, here's my agent, and I'll talk to him every once in a while. But with Hunter and Dustin, I talk to them almost every day. So like I said, they're my friends, and I think what they're doing here is really special.
Our desire is that our players are gaining value on a daily basis that helps aid the success of their career and their lives as a whole. I don't look at it as just, how do I help you be the best baseball player that you can be? I look at it and say, can I help you be a better person?
The best part of my job is interacting with the players. When I was a player, my favorite thing was being a part of a community, being a part of a team. And I still feel on a daily basis like I get to do that. This is our team. And we're all willing to wake up every day to be the best we can be at whatever it is that day that we're trying to do.
Foul tip, strike 3.